Hello YouTubers, we've made it to Henley Royal Regatta 2023. Just been out in the boat for a lovely little paddle this morning, dodging all the boats as we try and get in before the first race of the day. For me, mid-morning race against Matt Brigham in the Diamonds, so it's going to be an interesting one. We've raced each other throughout this season and throughout the previous years, so really excited to be able to race him. All I'm going to do is try and row as well as I can to enable myself to go as fast as I can and see where that puts me. For now, a little bit of rest, a little bit of fuel, because remember, food is fuel, to prepare me for the race, and then we get onto the water and see how we get on. So I'll see you before we boat. Oh yeah! Just waiting on the race to start, sitting down, chilling out. Today has been an interesting morning, decent paddle this morning, but unfortunately Coach Newbold has decided today is a good day to be violently ill, so he is not in attendance today. So by myself, getting the boat on the water, getting the blades ready, getting everything sorted. But as always, there's support for the Yam squad out there. And the plan doesn't really change, just got to get out there and row as well as I can. So that's what we're looking at. Only got about just over an hour before we get ready, so I'm about to start my warm-up. So here we go, Yam squad. Let's see how we get on. What's hot in there?
The result of that.
Okay, then taking that leg back through. We're back into downward dog.
Oh yeah. Alright. Gotta go, baby! Go time. Let's go. Not today.
They must have taken their boat apart a million times.
You must do. Write your essay question into it.
Crashing into his phone for 30 years. I'll break it.
That's how you voices.
Buchan, Brigham, when I see that you are both straight and level, I will start you like this. Attention, go. Get ready, please.
All I'm thinking here is smooth start, don't rip the pocket, get yourself into a good rhythm.
Attention, go. So right about here, step one, as I said, I wanted to get off to a smooth start, and that was one of the smoothest starts I've had in a race side by side. So really happy with that. Obviously not super happy with that I am down against Mr. Brigham, but I'm in a good position to set myself up to get into a good rhythm. So right about here, settling in for the long haul. As you might or might not have seen there, taking a little bit of look, just keeping an eye on Matt Brigham, keeping an eye on his stern. I want to keep it within eyesight without me turning around too much. So at this point, he has walked away. Another check just to make sure. He has walked away, but I don't want him to walk any further. So around about here, I'm putting in not so much a push, a temporary push, more of a little bit of a ratchet, where I'm pushing for the rest of the race. If I maintain the speed that I was at before, then I will lose. So I have to push a little bit harder from here and get on to another faster pace. Just passing Folly now, more than halfway, and I'm just thinking, okay, the push or the ratchet did work. At the very least, stalled Matt Brigham's pushing away, walking away, and even I'm starting to see, as I check over, I'm starting to see little bits of the stern getting closer and closer to me every 10, maybe 20 strokes. And then I'm going to be checking over to the right as well. I see the progress markers. To me, they suggest that Mr. Brigham is much further ahead than I thought. And looking back on the race, he was actually much further ahead than I anticipated. But in my head at this point in the race, he is close enough that I could make up the gap. But in order to make up the gap, I do have to keep on pushing and raising the speed. So around about this point, I do another little ratchet, raise the speed once more. But again, it's not a temporary thing. It's a step up in the ladder of pace to be able to make a continuous, strong speed change right on to the finish. Skipping forward now, we are almost 500 meters to go, and the gap has closed significantly on Matt Brigham. So the confidence is growing, the ratcheting has ratcheted once more, and I'm looking over, I'm seeing that gap close. Now it's not a case of closing 10 to 20 strokes, it's closing 5 or 10 strokes. So I'm getting closer and closer, and the confidence is growing, and I'm, even with the wobbly strokes, I'm gaining ground on Matt Brigham. So my thought process here is, if I keep going, keep pushing, I will be continuing to walk on Matt Brigham, but obviously he is also coming to the end of his race piece, so he is also going to be sprinting as well. So what I have to do is not only ratchet in my sprint, but out ratchet his sprint. So in my head, I'm pushing, I'm only counting in small, manageable chunks, so 10, 15, 20 strokes, depending on where my mind is in that moment. I'm using what I'm seeing around me, the cheers that I'm hearing around me, to be able to propel me forward towards the finish line. And seeing Mr. Brigham's boat just getting closer and closer in the corner of my eye is a massive motivator in order for me to keep on pushing. I know I'm getting closer, but the question in my head is it going to be enough to get to the end, to get to the finish line first? I really don't know, but all I can do is apply as much yam in the best way that I know possible to get the boat moving as fast as I can. And as you can see, a little bit of a ratchet there. My face is telling a story of digging really deep, but all I can do is do that and hope that the speed that I'm putting into the boat is enough to get me ahead of Mr. Brigham by the finish line. We're both looking across at each other. We both kind of, I'm not sure if we actually made eye contact, but on the right hand side, see the big tree. I know that there's not long left and there's not anything else I can do but get the boat moving faster. So applying everything, the forearms are starting to cramp up, trying not to take any bad strokes, trying to take as efficient strokes to get the boat moving as possible, to get to the finish line as fast as possible, and we're finished. And really, we don't know at this point who won.
I wasn't squaring either.
Just get a blade in.
Oh, he's actually.
Nice. Nice.
That was a nap that had.
Oh, good. Yeah.
All right. Day off tomorrow.
Yeah, good.
So that's nice.
Food is fuel. Get on it.
Oh yeah. All I heard at the end was Matt Brigham.
Cried, please, sir.
All I heard was Matt Brigham a foot. So I was like, is that Cam Buchan, Matt Brigham a foot, or Matt Brigham one? I got that. Oh.
I don't watch many skeleton races, but if they're like that, I might just sort of tune in a bit more.
No. A bit more army than I would have liked at the end.
Doesn't matter, I was switching guns for the last 10 strokes.
You're working my feathering.
Yes.
Alright, I think we'll just end the video there. Thank you again to Eamon for awesome footage. Mr. Fletcher from Durham helping out with the boat. Mr. Brown from Moncton helping him through the year. Mr. Newbold, thank you. Obviously can't be here, puking your guts out. Race, awesome. Thank you so much to Mr. Brigham for a wonderful race, although it's a lot of effort to finish like that. Always nice to finish on the other end of such a short result. And I had something else to say, but I can't remember what it was. We're going to have another episode, so hopefully tune in for that one. And as always, remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that like button, hit Eamon's like button, and I'll see you in the next one. What I wanted to say was the goal at the start of the year for Mr. Newbold and I was to get further in Henley than I've ever done. Qualifying was obviously a big start. This is the first time making a round in the single. So we've reached the year's goal. Now it's time to just go see what we can do and plough on with the rest of the year. Oh yeah! I got it.